Hey!
Yo 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 yo.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday.
And our guest co-host is back, Miss Claudia Jordan. Welcome back.
Good morning, fellas. How y'all doing this morning?
Claudia Jordan on OnlyFans.
I am. I'm official. I'm live.
It's good now. We got it working.
Yes, at Claudia Jordan on OnlyFans.
Claudia Jordan.
Is it bad at 49 to start at OnlyFans?
No.
Your voice went up. You're lying.
Okay.
Well, no, his voice went up because he got a nose job.
I did not get no damn nose job. Stop that. People starting to believe you. Stop it.
The deviated septum.
I did not get a nose job.
Deviated septum.
No,
right?
I just took the polyps out my nose.
You didn't have the outside fixed at all?
No, the outside is still the same. I still got the same nose.
Cute little button nose. Look at you.
I would have seen. I did a Peter Pan. I did the little. That's the.
Well, the next one.
Exactly, the next one.
What did you do last night? Anything? What you do yesterday after the show?
So I never sat down.
No?
I changed hotels to be closer, and I'm checking into the front desk, and this is why I love New York. I run into a girl I met doing the 3-6 Mafia video like 20-some years ago.
Wow.
Really?
She was a former
Need to hear more.
former Miss Pennsylvania. Her name is Kim Marie Johnson. Beautiful girl. She was in this Miss USA pageant in '93. And she says hi to me, and I'm like, you look familiar. She's like, Claudia, it's me. She's in town for Fashion Week. Still looks beautiful after all these years.
Wow.
So we went to the Museum of Modern Art, and then we hung out, and then I hooked up with my guy's cousin last night, went to a rooftop. Listen, this morning I was like, I can't live like I'm 25 anymore. I'm so tired right
Oh,
now.
no, you got to get sleep. When you're over 40, you got to get at least 6 hours of sleep. You have to. But tell me what video was it for 3-6 Mafia? What song?
Late Night Tip. I was a waitress when they pull up to the fast food spot. Little known fact, my second video in my career was a Luke video, and I would love to challenge your callers to try to, your listeners, to find the video. The song was called Bounce to the Beats.
Bounce to the beats.
Yo, we always wonder what happened to the women that was in the Luke videos.
They're here at the Breakfast Club.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How much did they pay back then to be in the videos?
Well, that one I think was like maybe $500 or $800. But I had done the first one. I was in D'Angelo's video. I went to LA to just check it out. Went to the Beverly Center. Within 5 minutes, I got approached to be in a D'Angelo video. I'm like, yeah, this is about to be a porn. But I went anyways, and I got that video. It was me and those dreaming eyes of mine. It was very beautiful, and they had all the top real models back then, like girls like the Noxzema girl and actual actresses. So that was my introduction to videos.
Wow.
Then I followed it up with Luke.
Wow. Late Night Tip was a BET Uncut staple.
Was it?
Yes. That was a BET Uncut staple. I don't remember seeing it too much during the day. I remember it on BET Uncut, though.
The version I did was a clean version, just like the Luke video. And I actually had my mother with me on the Luke video set, so it was a whole thing.
How long ago was this?
Yeah, could you imagine mom at the Luke video?
My mom's white, by the way. Italian. Has no idea what's going on. Who are these people?
Why are they wearing that?
What are they saying? What's with the teeth? The golds? Yeah, it was, I think it was 1996.
Wow.
Yeah.
Claudia has a fascinating backstory.
Yeah, she does.
Oh,
For everything.
This is just the tip, you guys. Just the tip.
Jesus. All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Queen Afua will be joining us this morning.
Yes.
She has a detox program that she's going to be talking about and
Yes, the
discussing.
supernatural detox.
So we're going to talk to her in a little bit. And then we got front page news. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our co-host, Claudia Jordan, joining us this morning. Let's get in some
She's
front
operating
page
off 3
news.
hours of sleep.
Yeah, she'll be good until about 7:45. Then she'll start really just like...
I brought my caffeine pills, and if anyone has Adderall, holla.
Oh, my goodness.
I got something for you. I got Carviva recovery juice if you need it.
Does that work?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank
it's
you.
a great detox.
It's better than my legal drug thing I asked for.
I think so.
Okay.
Now, Peyton Gidron, he's the gentleman that killed 10 black people at a Buffalo supermarket, was sentenced yesterday. And before he got sentenced, the family, well, they wasn't trying to have it.
Tonight, the pain of that racist attack at a Buffalo supermarket roared into court as families of the 10 black men and women shot dead faced their loved one's killer. A spectator lunging at Peyton Gendron, deputies rushing him out of the courtroom. His sentencing hearing paused until order was restored. The dramatic interruption coming as the sister of 72-year-old victim Catherine Massey pointedly addressed the shooter.
Cat didn't hurt anybody. That ain't fair to say. You gonna come to our city and decide you don't like black people. Man, you don't know a damn thing about black people. We're human.
I wish police officers would let family members get a couple of licks in. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah. Instead of stopping them and breaking it up, that's the least they can do. Like, what do they care about those sick racist murderers? Let the families jump on his ass for a few seconds, then break it up.
Yeah, and if you watch the video, I think they knew because they started setting up to make sure that nobody could actually get up there. And the brother tried, like I think we all would if any of our family members was shot and killed. So, but he was sentenced to life.
I think America tends to look down their noses at other countries to be uncivilized. I think countries like India have it right.
Oh, absolutely.
Let the people, the streets, drag them through the street. Oh, you raped my daughter? Okay, we're going to drag you through the streets and quarter you.
So even in Ghana, if you get caught stealing, I forgot the word. I think it's June. I know something with a J. I forgot but they yell out a certain word, and everybody's allowed to beat you up.
Wow.
If you are caught stealing in the market. So I'm just like, yo, let the family get a couple of licks in, man. That's the least you can do.
Where's the judge laying down the law?
I'm very sorry.
Afterward, the shooter briefly apologizing.
I did a terrible thing that day. I shot and killed people because they were black.
With Gendron pleading guilty to domestic terrorism motivated by hate, the judge sentenced him to the mandatory life in prison with no chance at parole.
There is no place for you or your ignorant, hateful, and evil ideologies. There can be no mercy for you, no understanding, no second chances.
Yeah, he shouldn't even be allowed to talk. Like, I don't want to hear no sorry from you. Sorry feel like a twist to the knife. Like, how you going to say sorry after you murdered all those people?
And he has none of the same energy. Like, it's a humble, kinder, gentler person now. Like, get out of here with that.
Yeah, I'm with y'all. Get out of here.
And then please don't protect him in prison. Like, they need to get in that butt.
Whoa.
Jesus.
And if we can't get justice, street justice.
Now, Chris Cuomo, we know Chris Cuomo. He was time he was the CNN's most watched anchor. Now, Chris Cuomo yesterday said he was so upset he wanted to kill everybody, including himself. Now, he was fired after his brother was accused of sexually assault. They allegedly tried to fix it and fix the situation.
Was it sexual assault? It was sexual assault?
It was sexual assault, bro, remember?
It was like a hand at the small of her back and a peck. It was one of those,
I didn't know if that's what they were calling it, sexual assault. I didn't know that. I thought it was harassment.
I think we use the word assault too much when it's more of a harassment or an annoyance.
I just want to be clear because I don't want to get sued.
Well, we have the actual audio. Let's play it.
I have learned to accept it. I had to accept because I was going to kill everybody, including myself. Just because a long time goes away doesn't mean you got to be doing the right things. You got to make things happen. There is no luck. There's no fate. There is no destiny. What happens is what you make happen and how you deal with what is made to happen to you, for better and worse. And, I make a lot of mistakes, sometimes for good reason, sometimes for bad reason. I'm very flawed. There's damage.
Listen, man, whenever I hear people say things like that, I was going to kill everybody, including myself. I feel like if you feel like that, start with yourself.
Start with yourself.
Don't project it on everybody else.
Right, I'm surprised he said that because he usually has it together. I do think it was BS how he got let go. Personally, I think it was a total hit job on the family.
Really?
Yeah, they said it was, of course, a sexual harassment scandal plaguing his brother, and then they said he was axed after a former colleague claimed he had sexually assaulted her, which he denied. So
yeah, the sexual assault case had got dropped. Yeah, it was sexual harassment and inappropriate behavior. Why do you think it was a hit job?
Look how they just dismantled CNN. The Cuomo brothers, I feel like it was like greatly exaggerated. I really do. And this may be an unpopular opinion, but when I would read the claims of the women, it's not like it wasn't like egregious stuff. Some of it was like kiss me on the cheek, put his hand on my back. I've had sexual assault, real sexual assault. So when I hear that, I'm almost like, okay, I feel like there's degrees to it, and I think that it became a blanket statement, and it's a way to get someone out of there. And I think there's a huge difference on the scale between rape and someone putting their hand on your back. And
so you're saying there's levels to it, there was no nuance to it during that time.
Right.
But if somebody puts your hand on your back in a sexual way, like they're rubbing your back, isn't that sexual assault or sexual harassment?
I would call that more of a harassment than an assault.
I always wondered what was the difference between what he was accused of and what President Biden was accused of.
Right.
Like it was President Biden sniffing hair and same thing, inappropriate behavior. Yeah. So I always wondered what was the difference. How come nobody made him resign or drop out of the race at the time?
I think it's more unbelievable with him. It's less believable with Biden.
But it's on tape sometimes.
All right,
we give old people a pass.
That is front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. Phone lines are wide open again. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's a new day. This is your time to get it off your chest. Wake up. Whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Top of the morning, gentlemen. This is Chaz from the Bronx.
Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning.
Get it off your chest, bro.
Yo, I want to say good morning. Happy Black History Month. See the God, MVC murder.
Hey.
I just wanted to say that these truckers got to drive easy out here, man. I had a tractor trailer run me off the road maybe a year ago. I had to get surgery and all that. Almost died. So I just want to say, yo, truckers out there, just take it easy, man. You know, people ain't in them trucks, man. We in cars, so you can really hurt somebody. You almost killed me, bro. But, you know, thank God I'm still here and still pushing.
That's right. Did you get some money at least? Did you sue?
Yo, I got a settlement pending right now, couple mil, man. Hopefully everything fall in place and a brother be up, you know.
Word.
But my life is worth a lot more than that money. I'll tell you that much, see the God.
That's right. But guess what? You alive, so I hope you get the money.
I hope we get some dollars. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Big Joe, Pepsi Joe.
What's up, Pepsi Joe? You a truck driver?
Yes, sir. How you feeling, DJ MV? Here, let me start the truck up.
It's funny. A guy just called and said, yo, you truck drivers be driving like y'all driving Lambos and them 18-wheelers. Slow down.
I have a question for a truck driver.
Well, I mean, if you... no, well, we're on the road. You got to respect us. We're big. Anyways, we take the road.
No,
anyway, good morning,
but you can't drive a tractor trailer like you're driving a car, bro.
True.
No, we don't drive it like we drive a car, but people will see us drive a little aggressive and take it on a whole new level. Like, oh, he's blowing by us. No, we're passing by you. Your finger in your phone right now. We can see you. We're above you. We're looking at you with the phone to your ear. Like, what are you doing?
Sir,
Pay attention.
Sir, as a truck driver, have you ever encountered a lot lizard?
What?
Yes.
What's a lot lizard?
Oh, listen, I'm educating here in the Breakfast Club. They are prostitutes at truck driver rest stops.
You call lot lizards?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're weird. I mean, they're weird. They're usually strung out, whatever. But good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday.
And DJ Envy?
Yes, sir. There you go. Blow the horn. Yay.
Yo.
Thank you,
Enjoy your day, guys.
Y'all love for Envy in the morning.
There's nothing wrong with a little morning.
Nothing wrong. Wow. Well, okay. Is that something else? Which one?
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, good morning. What's your name, mama?
My name is Frazel. How you doing?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How are you?
Come on now. Amen to that.
That's right.
Amen. How you doing?
Get it off your chest, mama.
What I have to get off my chest is...
This when somebody trying to make small talk. When they ask you how you doing more than 2 or 3 times, they just trying to make small talk.
It's my birthday, so mind your business, okay?
Okay, happy born day, boo.
Happy birthday.
Come on, I thank you every day. Come on now, but listen, happy birthday to y'all too. God bless y'all. I just want to say God bless y'all.
I'm April 12th.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
is my birthday. Every day is a birthday.
You're right. Okay. Every day is our birthday. You're right.
She must have been drinking this morning. Hello, who's this?
Yurt. Yo, this is Keith from Brooklyn, Yurt.
What up, Yurt?
Yup. Yo, where's Claudia at?
Right
Claudia.
Here. Yes.
Girl, I love you, man.
Oh, thank you. Why do you love me?
No doubt, man. And I want to tell you about that Chris Cuomo and Andrew Cuomo thing. I believe that was a real hit job.
You feel
like
me?
If you were like, I've been saying that the whole pandemic. If you think about it, when the smoke cleared for the pandemic, Andrew Cuomo could have had a clear freaking seat to that White House, a clear way to that White House. And I feel like they didn't want that.
He was looking like a leader during the pandemic, and America was kind of. He was like America's kind of governor.
He definitely looked like a leader. I don't think that they would have bumped President Biden to put him in there though.
So it
was too late. It was too late in the game at the time.
So much sharper though.
Oh, I agree.
Hello, who's this?
It's good, man. It's Brooklyn.
What's up, bro? Get off your chest.
Everything off my chest. And the young lady that
Take us off Bluetooth. Take us off Bluetooth or speaker, bro.
Why are so many people under the age of 30 with Bluetooth, man? I thought Bluetooth was for a certain age demographic.
That's what we do, Charlamagne. That's what we do.
I'll never be seeing no young people walking around with Bluetooth. But boy, when they call the radio station, they be Bluetoothed out.
It used to be Bluetooth, Stacey Adams.
That's right.
Yep.
The wingtips. You knew exactly a person's age. How old are you, sir?
What's up? I'm 38.
38 with a damn Bluetooth. Okay.
All right, what up, man? Get it back. Talk now.
All right, what's up? What's going on? Hey, young lady asked for some Adderall. What's up, man? From Brooklyn, trying to get that bread.
I don't know what he said.
He said he got Adderall for you. He's from Brooklyn. He's trying to get that bread.
How far away are you?
No, we're not doing no drug deals on the goddamn radio.
Goodbye.
He really was like,
just messed up my connect.
Yo, can you imagine listening to the radio and things kind of slow where you at and like, yo, they asking for Adderall on Breakfast Club. Yo, I'm pulling up.
I'll be right there. Hello, who's this?
Uber drugs is crazy.
Hello?
That's a good idea, though.
Yeah, what up? Good morning.
What you want to get off your chest, bro?
Yo, I want to get off my chest while Pusha T got them street latte shorts on IG, man.
I didn't like that
little
either.
Dog bag.
I ain't like that
Yeah,
either.
where's Bond?
I ain't like that either.
Oh, that was a Tom Brown outfit that he had on. I think he was on a fashion show or something like that.
I hate fashion.
Man, I don't care what it is, man. He's one of the last greatest street hustlers out here with the great, you know what I mean? He got a great album, but he ended up wearing them street latte shorts. Nah, we ain't having that, man.
That street latte shorts. He
Where's
did look
Bond?
like he was serving
rappers,
somebody.
Man.
He did look like he was serving
Yeah,
somebody.
Man.
He did.
Where's Bond? We're not doing that. We're not doing the latte shorts, man.
I didn't like that either, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hated it.
Man, they got one, man. They got one. They got another one, Lord.
Fashion Week and Halloween in New York City, same exact thing.
No, it's not.
Same exact thing.
No, it's not.
You walk around the streets of New York during Halloween, you see everybody in costume. That's exactly how Fashion Week looked. Like Pusha T looked like he was in costume, yo.
I gotta look this up.
I didn't like it.
He was wearing a Tom Brown outfit, so he had the Tom Brown socks on and went to his knees. He had shorts.
They did not go to his knees. Them things was over his knees.
They went to his
Oh,
knees.
he got some thigh highs.
And then, no, there was no thigh highs.
Push his thigh highs. That's exactly. That's what it was.
He had high socks
Push
on.
his thighs,
He had
yo.
Tom Brown shorts that was like, you know,
Nope.
what they call them, the zaddy shorts, and a button up.
I love Pusha, but no, I didn't like that at all. And I ain't no fashion guy. I just didn't like seeing my guy Pusha like that. I ain't want to see Pusha's thighs out. I know it was warm yesterday in New York, but no, bro.
Was it lots of thigh meat?
It was a little thigh meat, man. I saw too much of Pusha's knee, man. Pusha
stop
knee.
it, man.
Pusha knee.
Pusha knee. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got rumors on the way. What we talking about, Claudia?
Tyler Perry's out here dropping major bags to the elderly. Got more on that in a minute.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got our co-host Claudia Jordan here.
See murder, and nothing I enjoy more than watching us older folks, us people born in the 1900s, still try to be out here in these streets being young. So Claudia Jordan has gotten 9 hours of sleep over the past few days, and she in here struggling.
She's struggling.
And I'm happy that she's in here struggling. She gonna learn her lesson.
She's like, can I get some black tea?
You're laughing at my pain. I thought we were
Yes,
cool,
I
Charlamagne.
am. I am dying. You gonna learn that at your age.
I'm really struggling today.
Well, let's get to the rumors. What we got? Tease.
Tyler Perry and Michael Jordan have something in common.
Okay.
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
on the Breakfast Club.
Tyler Perry being generous once again. He's going to donate $2.5 million to help older Atlanta homeowners.
I love it.
This
is dope.
It's a super dope story. So he reached out to Atlanta Mayor Andrew Dickens about providing assistance to residents on fixed incomes who, can't afford the rise of tax prices, of taxes. So he's going to pay the back property taxes. Forget this. 300 low-income seniors in Atlanta.
Dropping the clues bombs for Tyler Perry, damn it.
How much did you say?
He's paying $2.75 million.
Yeah, they said he did $750 already, and he's doing, I guess,
$500,000
in the next 5 years. Yeah, which is
Each year.
amazing.
That's who he is.
That's
So he's
amazing.
helping. I like that he would go to the Walmarts and pay everybody's bill or pay everybody's layaway. Super dope, Tyler Perry.
Nah, that's dope.
All right, Michael Jordan. I've always heard, and I guess I've been wrong, that Michael Jordan's cheap and he doesn't break bread, but it's not true.
No.
So he's donating $10 million to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's the charity's largest donation by an individual.
Wow.
Now, Jordan turns 60 tomorrow, and he made that donation. It's the largest one ever in its 43-year history. He began supporting Make-A-Wish in 1989. Why don't we know this?
No, it's not that they say Michael Jordan is cheap and he don't spend money, because I'm sure some white women out there that would let you know he's tricks big. But it's that he didn't give to charities and he didn't care about causes and issues.
I think it's black causes, right?
Yeah. That's what it was. I think it was just about causes and issues, period. Definitely black causes.
But he's always giving money, though.
Yes.
I don't know what it was, but he's always giving money. And I think it was the thing that at one time they allegedly said he owned some jails or something like that. That was a rumor going around.
That too. That was a rumor. But that was the reputation, because, they always, when they compare LeBron and Jordan, they always want to take it off the basketball court because they know it's no comparison. So they always say about how they are off the court.
Correct.
LeBron always steps up for issues, especially black issues. They say Jordan historically never did that.
You say no comparison. Who do you think? So you're Michael Jordan over LeBron
on the court?
Still.
Oh yeah, still. I'm still Michael Jordan.
I know one thing. Michael Jordan donates money to those casinos.
What do you mean? I knew you had a Michael Jordan story. Do tell, Claudia Jordan.
He's a big gambler.
Really?
Yeah, he's a huge gambler.
Like, he'll go golfing with someone and it'd be like $1 million bet. Like with a friend.
You ever hung out with Michael Jordan?
Well, I was at a party one time and a friend of mine, like he was like flirting with her a long time ago. She had no idea who he was.
Really? Was she white or black?
She's a black girl, but she's like the black Jessica Simpson, like kind of clueless sometimes. Shout out to my girl Shelly Rio, you know.
And she didn't know who Michael Jordan was.
He had a hat on.
So she didn't give him no game.
Tampa Super Bowl.
And you didn't tell her?
That was 2 years ago.
No, back.
Oh, back in the day.
Like 2000. When
Warren Sappin then played.
While we back, yeah.
Got you.
And you didn't tell her?
After.
That was foul.
You never introduced.
That was kind of a hating move, right? But in the moment, you don't tell her?
No, she's like, that guy was hollering at me. I was like, who, Michael Jordan? She's like, that was Michael Jordan? I said, yeah.
You never tried to act like you was family with Michael?
I have. You know I have, Charlamagne. Come on.
Did it get you somewhere?
Like with little young white kids, because they think we're all related.
Got you.
They're like, is Michael Jordan your cousin? Your family? I go, yeah, he's my cousin.
Got you. That makes sense.
I would do that too, all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him Jordans are your sneakers.
I think when I did the show the first time, you asked if I was his ex-wife or something like that.
Oh my God.
When you were hating on me, remember?
I might have. We've evolved. I've grown.
No,
we
still
really
dumb.
have. Huh?
No, Envy's still dumb.
No, I'm not.
He's dumb.
He's still dumb.
No.
Dumb with a nose job?
Michael Jordan's ex-wife.
That was 12 years ago.
You really thought that too. I know you really thought that. Yes, you did.
No,
I know you really thought that.
Shut up.
He did say something, but it was cute though. I thought it was cute.
Okay.
We have evolved.
We've evolved.
I'm proud of our relationship.
Thank you.
Now you buy me bagels.
Yeah, well, Charlamagne actually bought the bagel.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
You know what it was?
Thanks, Charlamagne.
For people that don't know, when people come up here, we actually take care of the breakfast when they come up here. And
that's all we do. We don't pay for nothing else.
Yeah, right? So
tell me about it.
So usually, I do it or Charlamagne does it, and I gave the girl the producer money, and she was like, Charlamagne gave his card, so I took the money back.
Oh yes, Charlamagne got that paper.
He got that bread.
No, I don't.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
It was a black card too.
God has blessed
Charlamagne,
me.
stop.
But God has blessed me.
Okay, last story. We have time.
Yep.
Ex NFL DB Stanley Wilson Jr. dead at 40. He collapsed at a mental hospital.
Yeah, I didn't understand that story. What was that? What's the details?
So he was in police custody following his vandalism arrest. So vandalism, right?
And they put him in a mental institution for vandalism?
He was declared incompetent to stand trial. So I guess something really wild came out. Yeah. So law enforcement tells us that during intake at the medical facility that specializes in caring for those with mental health issues, he just collapsed and died.
Wow.
Foul play is not suspected, and autopsy results are pending toxicology report. So maybe he was on something. But that's 40 years old to drop dead?
Absolutely. That's horrible.
Is it me, or are we just hearing more and more individuals just dropping dead from heart attacks or causes that we don't know in the last couple of years, right?
Facts.
It feels that way.
The last 3-4 years.
It definitely feels that way. I do like the fact that, he was in a mental institution instead of jail, though. Because I be thinking the majority of these arrests that they be making, a lot of these people do need, mental health evaluations, or should be in institutions as opposed to going to jail.
Why are so many people struggling with mental health? What is it?
Especially after COVID, right?
Yeah.
I feel like something changed after COVID.
More violence,
absolutely.
Definitely more violence.
Absolutely.
I was in Dallas, someone hit and ran at me, and I chased him down. And I'm like, we're both crazy right now. Like, you hit and ran, and I chased you down and rolled up on you, and you're in Texas and probably have a gun.
Ain't no way in hell. Yeah. Why would you do that?
I filmed it. Graham, I told you I live for the Grahams too much. I admit my problems. Listen, I have a gambling problem.
You chased him down?
I did. He was Indian. I felt some way, I kind of felt like he would be more peaceful. I don't know.
In Texas?
Indian.
You just told us earlier. Okay.
Is that racist?
I think so.
You hit it? Did it go? All right. Jesus. All right, let's get out of here. Front page news next.
I'm pretty sure that was racist.
Yes.
Not racist, but racially insensitive.
All right, front page news next. We'll tell you about a mass shooting. No movies. The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Your company has goals this year. Find the right people to help you achieve them with ZipRecruiter, where 4 out of 5 employers get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast. That's ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Charlamagne the Guy. We got our co-host C Murder, Claudia Jordan here.
Starting trouble.
AKA Mrs. Dump Button. But let's get into front page news. Now, the NCAA asked the appeal court to block paying student athletes. I didn't know some of the student athletes are actually on salary. Like, they pay them a salary to go to school. So they pay for their tuition, they pay them a salary, and then they can get NIL deals, which is, name and likeness deals.
How about they not paying them enough? That is a multi-billion-dollar business.
Correct.
Okay, you should start treating those kids like they're what do they call them? They're not amateur athletes. Semi-pro.
They are.
They're semi-pro.
Yeah, they are.
College is semi-pro.
Well, they are. I mean, there's so much money, right? You look at any game, every game is sold out. It's on television.
Yes.
They sell the jerseys. And a lot of people go to those schools because of those teams.
They're making billions of dollars.
The fact that those kids get no cut of their jersey sales is nuts to me.
It's crazy.
That's right.
It is crazy. Now, in some sad news, there was a mass shooting in El Paso shopping mall. 1 dead, 3 injured. 2 people, both male, were taken into custody yesterday. 1 victim was pronounced dead at the scene. Now,
you know what's going to be real news?
What's that?
The day that there's no mass shootings in America.
That part.
The day that we don't have to report that there's no mass shootings.
Are we desensitized already? Kind of, huh?
Yes.
It's not even like as big of a deal as it used to be.
Yes, because how many people did you say?
1 dead, 3 injured.
That is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's not the one that'll get your attention. It's when they say, 1,000 people were killed or 100. Sadly.
Well, the crazy thing is, I was going to say right around the block, there's a Walmart, and there was another mass shooting there a couple of months ago. I think where like 20-something people died.
Man.
We're the only country that has this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They don't have a motive yet. They believe it could be possibly gang violence, but they just don't know at this point.
America is just not good at solving problems. Mm-hmm. And the mass shooting problem is just one America is not good at. Because you really can't do 2 things at the same time, right? You can't solve the problem of mass shootings, but then still be beholden to organizations like the NRA as well.
Right.
It's just impossible.
It's amazing that these politicians don't stand on this. They just let it, because they're getting funded by them.
That's right. They can't. So you can't really, implement proper legislation to correct it. When I say, once again, when you're beholden to organizations like the NRA, you just can't.
Yeah. And lastly, this guy puts a performance review of his wife on Reddit. He said his wife won't listen, so I gave a performance review online. Now, a husband asked the internet whose wife is his wife in the wrong. She said his wife is a stay-at-home mom, and says that his wife is pretty tight with the youngest one, which is a 6-year-old child. And it says her and the 6-year-old child always fight and punish the other teenagers. She says the 6-year-old complains and the wife believes him automatically. And that's something that's been going viral, and people have been talking about him putting a performance review on his wife online.
I'm not mad at that, but I hope that was a marriage counselor's idea. I hope he didn't come up with that idea on his own.
I'm sure he came up with that on his own.
And probably
you don't put it online. You don't put it online.
The online thing, I think you should have a kind of a powwow once a month.
Performance review?
Yeah.
You told us behind the scenes that something like that happened to you.
My ex-boyfriend, we did this like once a month. We would have a talk about what we liked this month and what we didn't. And I thought it was really helpful and healthy. Instead of letting things pile up for 2, 3, 4 months and you're resenting. And sometimes people resent you and you have no idea that they're even mad because people don't properly communicate like they used to.
Yeah, my daughter does that. She's 21. She goes to NYU, and her and her boyfriend, they do that. I think once a month they go out and they eat and they discuss what bothers them, what they don't like about each other, or what happened during that month that they're having problems with. And she said it works pretty well because they're able to fix it immediately.
I don't mind. I mean, that's just communication. I think communication is good, but an actual performance review, like a report card,
it's different in communication because it's like you said, they're having that dinner for that specific reason. It's like you go into parent teachers, like that kind of stuff.
So is that like a progress report? When do you get your actual report card?
I guess it's like a progress
when do you
report.
get a chance to get your grade up?
But I think it's real important to not just complain. Like, that's why I said the good and the bad. You know what I mean? Because why would you look forward to that if I'm going to hear you complain once a month? I don't want to hear it. But give me the good, give me some good stuff too.
Let's open up the phone lines. Would you do that?
Quick, can a couple fix that though? Like if I'm getting a performance review from my significant other and there's no like mediation, right? Shouldn't a therapist or some type of counselor be involved in that?
Not necessarily. Let's say you have a problem with something that your wife is doing. Maybe she's annoying you or she's always late, and that really bothers you. And you're like, babe, I'm having a problem. You're always late. It gives me anxiety. And she's like, you know what? I'll fix it. I'll leave 30 minutes earlier. Or let's say you want sex and your significant other's too tired. So, it could be...
Performance review F in sex department. There you go. Because I think about like if I'm a teacher, right? And I'm giving this student a bad grade. At some point, you got to call the parents, right? The parents got to be involved in this too, because you might keep going to the student, trying to get the student to do better, and they might just not be into it. So you need some outside counsel.
Well, let's open up the phone lines and see if this is a good idea. If you would do this with your partner, maybe people do it with their partner. 800-585-1051. Do you have performance review type conversations once a month or periodically where y'all talk about the relationship?
And if you get a bunch of F's, do you get left back?
You get left, not left back.
That's
what
I'm saying. What's the punishment?
Well, we'll talk about it when we come back. 800-585-1051 is The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with The Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got our co-host, Claudia Jordan, joining us today.
See murder.
Now, we're asking, this came from this guy online. He actually did a performance review to his wife on Reddit, and people are talking about it. Some people are saying he's an a-hole for putting his wife out there like that. Some people are saying it's pretty good.
No, I do think he's an a-hole for putting his wife out there like that, but I do think the whole performance review of your significant other thing is interesting. I just wonder, how often do you do it? Weekly, monthly, quarterly?
I say monthly or quarterly. You don't want to hear about it every week.
Now, you said you've done this before, right?
I have.
Now, how often did you do it, and did it work?
We did it for a few months. We didn't go that long, but it was nice to get the positive reinforcement. Like, you can give some criticism, but then when you get the positive, it made it okay. And it let you catch things before it got too out of control.
Gotcha.
And is it a grade? Do you have like a certain amount of categories?
I don't think it's
give them a grade.
I don't think it's a grade, but I know my daughter does it. Like I said, my daughter's 21. She goes to NYU. I know her and her boyfriend do it. She said it works because it gets things out. Nothing ever bubbles. If there's a problem, whatever, it's something small or big. You don't take out the trash. You don't do this. You don't do that. This bothers me. Or you leave your makeup here, or whatever it may be. You have the toilet seat up. Whatever it may be. It could be small or big. I think it actually could help.
It sounds like y'all don't want to pay for a counselor.
Well,
that's what it sounds like.
That too. But think about it though. Is it horrible when you have an argument with your wife or significant other, and they've been holding on to something for months, and you could have just fixed it if I had known it bothered you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's another reason the performance review thing is good, because it just gives you a reason to communicate.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot avoid each other. Y'all can't just walk by each other in the house. Y'all have to sit down and go over this performance review.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is saying, right? It's just opening it up for communication. That's why airing it publicly is stupid as hell.
It's dumb.
You put that on Reddit, your wife is so pissed off at you right now. Now, what if your wife put up your performance review?
You're right.
And it's a sexual performance review, and you got 36 counts of premature ejaculation within a span of 19 days.
And I can't say what I said earlier.
Now I need to hear what's the correlation.
I'm saying, you talk about his premature ejaculation, putting that on blast, but I can't say what I said.
Oh, got you. No, you can't, Claudia. What you said was crazy. But I used the clinical term.
Yes, you did.
Okay,
but you know what? I would do that every 6-7 months. I do that with my family. I bring all the kids, my wife, and then we talk about what they like or what they don't like about everybody in the household. So we do that.
Do people get sensitive and get mad?
It's usually everybody's against me. But besides that...
Do you get sensitive and get mad?
Nah, you know what I mean? Because it'd be like, Dad, I don't like this. Or,
Dad, there's black ink all over the couch from your beard.
Well, first of all, you saying you have a Beijing beard?
Yes.
It's not a Beijing beard.
Is it Beijing?
No.
It's just for me.
Have you ever
just
used it?
For men.
It's not just for me either.
Ladies, do not date a guy that has to dye his hair, because I dated a guy like that, and all my towels were messed up. Unless you have black sheets and black pillowcases, you will be forever buying new towels at Target.
I don't know what they use, but allegedly it sticks. You don't have to worry about it coming off. If it comes off, that's a problem.
Can you wipe your head right now and show us your hand? How about your beard? Oh, Charlamagne.
No, Claudia. See? He's got a professional that does it. Nothing matches. Look at his head. His eyebrows don't match his beard. His beard don't match his hair. You got 3 different shades you got 50 shades of black on your face, bro.
What are you talking about?
You got 50 shades of black on your face. Can I give your face a performance review?
And it's a dog brown.
Pause.
It's not black. But let's go to the phone line. Hello, who's this?
Hi, Penny from Texas.
Hey, Penny from Texas. Talk to us.
Okay, so my husband and I, we do something similar for communication, and we call it team.
Okay.
Because I am a dresser right now person, and he is non-confrontational. So basically, the T is for touch, the E is for education, the A is for appreciate, and the M is for metrics. So we're always touching each other. We do it every night. So we're making sure either we're holding hands or I'm laying on him or something. And then we educate each other about something we learned that day. Tell each other why we appreciate them. Could be something small, like, I appreciate the cologne that you're wearing today. And the metrics is for something that maybe he did or I did at some point during the day. And we wait and we talk about it that night so that it doesn't start an argument.
I respect that. Somebody gonna steal that, boo.
I like
Yeah, that's
that.
If you already didn't get that, if you made that up yourself, somebody's stealing that. I'm telling you that right now.
It sounds like that keeps
Yeah,
it
it's
real
actually
loving,
something
though.
I've seen. Yeah, it's good. It helped us out because, like I said, I'm a, hey, let's talk about this right now person. And again, he's non-confrontational, and sometimes he shut down when I do that. So it's really helped us.
That's dope. Thank you, Mama. Hello, who's this?
Darlene?
Hey, Darlene, talk to us.
Okay, yes, I totally agree with the concept of, giving a review in regards to the relationship. And the reason why I say that, because if you don't tell the person what's bothering you, how are they going to make the adjustment?
That's real.
You know what I mean? But they also got to be willing to accept the changes that need to be made and make the change, and not be all offensive and be like, well, what you did. And, like, have an open discussion and be two mature adults to realize that you're not perfect and make the adjustment so that you can better the relationship. I totally agree. Okay. Now, I don't know if you should do it every month. But
so quarterly?
3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
3 months is a long time to you can let stuff build up a lot in 3 months.
I think a month works if you're going to do it. Because like you said, you don't want anything to build up. You don't want an explosion.
But then think about the month. Okay, so 12 months in the year. So every month you're going to have that conversation, or should you just wait until you have?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a nasty conversation though. It could, you can have a positive conversation about good and bad. It doesn't have to be nasty. I think sometimes
Claudia was monthly.
Nasty, huh?
Claudia was monthly.
I was monthly, and I do think that we're going into this thinking it's all going to be negative.
Correct.
Sometimes it's a lot of maybe it's positive reinforcement every month, and I think that is so valuable to your relationship to keep hearing positive, words of affirmation. And I appreciate what you do, so I'll do more of it.
So let me ask you a question. So if you were doing that every 30 days, right? When do you get to the point where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore? Because you give him time to fix it yourself, right? Or you fix whatever's bothering him.
Honestly, we got lazy after about 3-4 months.
And then you stopped doing it?
Yeah, we stopped doing it.
I guess you could treat it like therapy too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you don't, some people go to therapy once a week, and then some people go to therapy, once a week for a few months, and then they get what they need,
right?
And then they go back when they needed some more. So maybe you could treat it like that.
I recommend being soft about it because no one likes to hear criticism about themselves, and it does tear you down and tear down your relationship.
And being soft is definitely going to get you a terrible performance review.
Yo, shut up, man.
Oh, yeah,
800-585-1051. We're talking, do you do performance reviews in your relationship? Do you pull your girl to the side or your man to the side and have conversations about what's going on? Let's talk about it. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Call me. Get your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Come on. 800-585-1051.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our co-host Claudia Jordan joining us this morning, and we're talking about performance reviews. Do you do it in your relationship? You pull your spouse or your significant other to the side and have conversations about the relationship before things explode. I was telling you, my daughter does that with her boyfriend, and I think it's pretty dope. I think once a month they go out and whatever's bothering them, they discuss.
Did you give him a review when y'all went on y'all date?
Who?
You and your boyfriend. I mean, you and her boyfriend.
No.
Okay.
Why would I do that?
You didn't tell her, like, yo, yes, you did. Whether you know it or not, you gave him a performance review. You was like, yo, you probably went and told your wife, yo, I like this guy. You know what I'm saying? We went out. He was respectful,
Do you like him?
I do. He's a good kid. I do like him.
What do you like about him?
He's smart. He's intelligent.
Well, maybe you don't like him that much.
He's handsome.
Okay.
How handsome
That's
is
a
he?
good review.
Scale of 1 to 10, how fine is he?
I mean, well, I look at myself as a 10, and I don't think he's close to me. So I would say about an 8.9.
That's a great review.
How's his ass look?
Is he bottom heavy?
He's a little bottom heavy.
Okay.
But in a good way?
He works out, too. He's diesel.
Oh, how's his chest look?
Man, you can't beat no man in your house. You can't beat Logan or your daughter's boyfriend. This is crazy, yo.
What are you talking about?
This is crazy.
What are you talking about?
Don't try to toughen your voice up now.
What are you talking about? Let's go to the phone line.
Sounds like he's fine.
Hello, who's this?
What's happening? This is Digi calling from Duval.
What up, Digi?
What's up, brother?
What's happening with you, man? Calling in, comment on the topic at hand.
Talk to us, brother.
So, yeah, me and my wife, we got together in 2005. We actually met on the campus of South Carolina State University.
Hey, salute to FC State Bulldogs.
2014. All day, HBCU represent.
So talk to us. Do you have conversations monthly? How do y'all deal with your situations?
Well, every couple, I feel like, they got their ups and downs, issues and things of that nature. And when you got two opposite strong-willed people, individuals tend to feel strong in their ways. But one thing that we actually did, because we're real active in the church, so we had a marriage ministry that was going on at the church, and it was compiled of nothing but married couples. So every week we would come back, pluses and minuses, ups and downs, things that, people was going through. We would be able to talk about it, put it out there, and then build off of that. So if somebody was going through something, obviously individuals had regardless of who the couple was, they had their sex issues or trust issues and things of that nature, and you're able to bounce those ideas off of each other and then go ahead and put them to work. Nobody's situation is the same, but 8 XYs ain't gonna be wrong about the same guy. So you're able to build off of those types of things.
I think that's dope.
I love this, man. This is a very productive conversation because all we're telling people is that you have to communicate. But I do feel I like what he said about the marriage ministry because I feel like there has to be a third party involved. I don't know if
but you got to think everybody's not married. People are just dating. Like my daughter is dating. She's not going to go to a therapist, a marriage therapist for dating.
Well,
but I think it's a good start because it sets you up for long term if they ever do decide to get married.
But even if she don't go to a therapist, she can go to y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it has to be somebody else to say, let me look at this as well,
And it's speaking of other people, a lot of people go to other people and not their spouse, not their person. They tell everybody but the person they need to talk to what the issue is. Girls, we all do this. We vent to our girlfriends. Fellas, I have no idea what half y'all are thinking, but your boys might know. We're talking to everyone but the person we need to be telling. The good and the bad.
And going to Reddit is ridiculous, bro.
That is stupid. Hello, who's this?
This is J. Michael, the Realionaire.
Okay, the Realionaire. Talk to us.
Well, I think it's a good idea that they sit down and communicate because y'all getting the understanding. And I just don't see what Charlamagne say go see a psychiatrist, because why would you have to pay a psychiatrist for something y'all already know what's going on? Y'all both adults.
I didn't say a psychiatrist. I said a counselor.
That's the same.
No,
it's not the same, man.
There's psychiatrists, there's therapists, there's marriage counselors. And I'm not saying that, you need a marriage counselor. I'm just saying I feel like you need a third party. I keep likening it to a teacher and a student. If the student keeps getting terrible grades, at some point, a parent has to intervene, and vice versa. The student may not be receiving the information well from the teacher. So he has to go to his parent and say, yo, I'm keep trying to tell his teacher that, that they're not getting through to me. I need somebody to, convey that to them in a way they understand. That's all.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Jimmy.
Jimmy, what's up, man?
Hello, Jimmy.
What's up, man? What's up?
Talk to us, Jimmy.
But I was just thinking, I was like, I don't think dude was right, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't have to put his wife out there like that. If that's the case, he shouldn't even be with her. They could, communication rule the nation. They could talk about that.
Oh, no, I agree. Once you put something like that on Reddit, you don't care about me no more.
I would think you don't like me.
That's right.
You're asking for co-signing of being negative towards me.
I agree.
From the public.
Right. I agree. Like you got to put this up online so everybody can reinforce what you say you feel.
Right.
So now you want everybody to bash me and talk about how negative I am. How do you recover from that?
And probably goes to her like, see, they all agree with me.
Yes.
Not good.
And did he add her?
Probably did.
I'm sure he gave his name.
He put her name?
I'm sure he did. But what's the moral of the story if there is a moral?
The moral of the story is I think performance reviews are something that could save a lot of couples out here. I think it's very productive.
And talk to your person before you talk to your friends about them.
That's right.
All right. Well, we got rumors on the way. What we talking about coming up?
Rihanna, I know we've been asking for new music for a very long time. I think we're getting the closest we've ever come to getting new music.
Okay, we'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. We got our co-host Claudia Jordan joining us this morning.
Murder.
Having therapy with Envy.
That is crazy. I walk in here, y'all having a full-blown therapy.
Have a great conversation.
And you know what? He hated me so much, so it just really means
I don't remember this. But you know what, though? Envy's so beige. He's so light-skinned that he didn't like a lot of people, so I don't even... People think I'm the one that didn't like people. No, I didn't have a problem with people. I just, expressed certain opinions on air. He really don't be liking people.
Really?
Yes.
Envy, what's going on? What's the cause of that?
Being teased as a kid?
No, I think I'm a good person. I think we're good people, but I think when people cross that line, it's hard for me
Nobody
to forgive.
did nothing to you.
I just met you that day. I just walked in and said hi.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Most of these people did nothing to you. You had beef with GJ Drama, he did nothing to you.
He did.
You had beef with Jeezy, Jeezy did nothing to you. Beef with Claudia Jordan. You know what it is? If you Envy's like me, right? He'll walk in the room, say what's up to everybody. So if you the type of person that, ignore him for whatever reason, he gonna hold that against you.
Well, I'm not that petty, but yeah, if somebody does something to me and I consider you a friend or I consider you an associate and you do something, I just don't like it.
They did nothing to you. What did Claudia do to you?
What if you just walk in the studio and say, hi, Envy, how are you? I can't wait to do your show.
What did Claudia do to you back in the day? How long ago was this? 12 years ago?
Like 12. We got a little chippy with each other with something stupid. I don't remember.
I think we need to find the footage and put it up on the website.
I don't remember.
On the page.
And then Envy will get mad at the dumb questions he asks. You know what I'm saying? He'll ask you a dumb question, then get mad at your response to it.
That was the old Envy.
Oh, shut up.
You know what? I will say this.
What?
To your credit, we have evolved.
Yes.
Now we're having therapy sessions.
That's right.
Over bagels.
Y'all need real therapy. Talking to each other.
Look at Charlamagne. He's shaming us because he's all in therapy now.
You're damn right.
Shame him.
He looks down his nose at us.
You're damn right.
All right. We got rumors on the way. What we talking about coming up?
Man, Rihanna might have some new music coming out.
Can't wait to hear.
Yes.
We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our special co-host joining us today, Miss Claudia Jordan.
Hello.
And let's get to the rumors.
Rumor has it. Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Right. On the Breakfast Club.
All right, Rihanna, we may have a light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to music from Rihanna. Everybody was so mad when they didn't get the new album. And she's saying it would be ridiculous if the new project didn't arrive this year.
She said that?
She said that. Direct quote with British Vogue. Now, her exact words were, I want it to be this year. She said of dropping her 9th album. Like, honestly, it'd be ridiculous if not this year. But I just want to have fun. I just want to make music and make videos. So she said she wants to make music, more of a priority this year. But this was kind of before she got pregnant. Well, before we found out. Now, the conversation was reportedly way before that. So she said, but we may not be discouraged because she also hinted at her readiness to make music during the Apple Music press conference before Super Bowl. So she probably knew she was pregnant then.
Rihanna, you don't owe these people nothing. You know what I would have did if I was Rihanna? I would have put out a greatest hits album after that Super Bowl performance just to piss everybody off. It would have had a brand new title. I'd have just dropped it on Apple Music and Spotify and Tidal, and it would have been nothing but a greatest hits.
If I'm worth a bill.
With maybe one new song.
I don't know. I got 2 kids. I don't know if I would. One kid went on the way. If I would be rushing back to the studio,
just to be criticized.
That's true.
Just to have a bunch of people pick her apart.
Don't you think the more time that has gone by, kind of like Lauryn Hill, the more pressure it is? Like, now I really don't want to do it.
Yeah, the difference is she put out 8 albums, right? She put out albums. Like Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill only put out 1 album.
And then never again.
Yeah, she put out albums. I don't know how many Riri did, but she put out albums.
Look, put it like this: Rihanna put out enough to be able to do a Super Bowl halftime performance. she got a catalog of at least 2 hours of records.
And what did everybody do? Criticize. So I'm good.
Yeah. Put out. I give more Fenty product. You getting more powder, okay? More lip gloss. All right, more mascara. That's what you get.
It's mascara.
Whatever.
What products have you guys purchased from the Fenty line?
I like the powder.
Yeah, powder.
Yeah.
Envy?
I haven't purchased anything. I don't wear makeup.
Boy, you a liar. For no reason. I mean, just lying for no goddamn reason.
When have you seen me wear makeup?
Like, why would you just tell that lie? For
I don't wear makeup.
Reason?
You ever see me wear powder or nose or lip gloss or nothing?
Not even a little highlight?
Yes.
No.
He's a liar.
Lip plumper?
No.
Contour?
No. He's a liar.
Nope.
He's a liar. You used to know your shade and everything. Don't tell no lie.
No, I didn't.
You are such a liar for no damn reason.
All right, moving on. Burna Boy, Thames, and Rima to perform at the 2023 NBA All-Star Game halftime show. So definitely a little nod of the head to Africa.
I like that.
That's dope.
The league tapped them to anchor the halftime show this Sunday night, February 19th in Salt Lake City, Utah. Wow. The blackest halftime show at the whitest city in America.
The whitest city in America.
They're all Nigerian artists, so that should be pretty cool. Post Malone will kick things off with a medley of hits. Jewel will perform the national anthem. Vin Diesel will lead the player introductions for the newly named NBA All-Stars. So that should be pretty fun. Last year, the NBA recruited DJ Khaled to perform at the halftime show, and he brought out Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, Lil Wayne, Migos, Lil Baby, and Gunna.
DJ Khaled needs to eat a salad.
Yo, stop it.
I'm going to include Bob for Khaled. Khaled not performing this?
No, he's not performing this year. I'm going to be out in Utah for the game as well. But I will say this. I want to see the NBA take some of them games to Africa. I would love to see. I know they play in like London. I know they play in a bunch of different countries. But I would love for them to go to Africa. Maybe Kenya, Nigeria.
Ghana, baby.
Even South Africa, whatever it may be. Johannesburg. I would love to see them play, over there.
Okay.
All right. Speaking of playing, Remy Ma was talking about Mike Tyson playing around when he talked about offering her a car for sex. On his hot
When
boxing.
he said Mike Tyson.
Oh, sorry. On his Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson podcast, he confirmed he once gave Remy Ma an indecent proposal. Let's get into it.
When he said Mike Tyson offered you that car to have sex with you, what did you think? And I love Papoose. This hopefully was.
I love him too.
Hopefully this was before him, right? Were you with Papoose?
I was a kid. No, I was a teenager.
So I would have got that car.
Like, what are you talking about?
You said you was a kid. You didn't mean kid like 19, 20.
I wasn't a kid.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't like. It was just weird. The whole just. I'm mad that story even came out. I was just like, does anybody remember how this is? I was scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared now. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like,
he smokes so much weed now. Mike
I'm not even
chill.
I just don't like it.
It ain't tricking if you got it, right?
I guess Fat Joe claimed Tyson took them on a tour of the house, and there was a woman in every room. And Joe, I said, Joe, just leave Remy Ma. Tyson interjected, just leave her there.
That's crazy.
And then he said, I just like busting her chops, said Tyson. According to Remy, the encounter happened farther back than Joe realized, saying she was very, very young at the time. Now, this is before Mike and Remy were both married to their respective partners.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how young she was.
I wonder what type of car it was.
I don't know.
Right, because it was like a Honda.
I don't think it was a
That's
Honda.
that era. I mean, people still trick now, but I mean, that was that era, right?
It was.
You was there, see murder?
I never had anyone buy me a car. Someone let me use a car, but it was still in his name. I did try to drive off with it.
Didn't you say somebody took your car and used it as Uber one time?
No, the one time I met up with someone from Tinder, when I was trying the whole Tinder scene, I met up with a guy. He goes, you should let me use your Denali so I could do Uber.
Wow.
He goes, but you got to let me manage the money. I go, what?
Wait a minute. You met a guy on Tinder and he asked, could he borrow your car for Uber?
Yeah.
Dropping a clues bomb for that young man. All I hear is a good young black entrepreneur, and you probably missed your blessing. That could have been Mr. Jordan right now.
So, Mr. Jordan. He would have been Mr. Jordan.
Y'all could have had a whole fleet of Ubers right now.
So
Did you let him?
Would you let your daughter let a man she met on Tinder use her vehicle to make money on Uber?
No, I wouldn't.
Envy?
Hell no.
But yet you would tell me. So once again, you guys still don't like me. You still don't like me. Clearly, you still don't like me. How many days do I have to be up here to get the love from you guys? Jesus Christ.
I wouldn't. Not my daughter,
But I could. But C Murder can.
Just quick question. This is gonna sound too judgy. Never mind.
Go ahead. So I like judgy questions.
So when you looked on Tinder and he said Uber driver, you was like, "This is the one for me."
No, they never say that.
I'm just asking.
No, on the profile it's like CEO, entrepreneur, philanthropist even.
He is an entrepreneur.
Yeah, off my 2000 whatever Denali.
Y'all got to come up together, man. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
No, but he wanted to manage all of it. Like, just use my car, and I don't even know if I would get a kickback from it.
Damn.
You know who you are,
You
sir.
never got offered a car for it? Nobody? You said the most expensive thing somebody tried to buy you was that Tiffany bracelet, right?
I resent that whole segment. Because I thought I was like saying something with my little bracelet. And the segment got worse and worse and worse when you told me all the things everybody else got with minimal effort. I cook, I clean, I fold laundry.
Damn. See, murder.
Reverse cowgirl, all that. And all I got is a bracelet.
That's a lot, though. $14,000 Tiffany bracelet. That's a good gift.
Don't try to patronize me now.
What?
It's too late. Don't do it, Charlamagne. I'm too smart for that. I see what you're doing. That's like you say, Oh, she's unattractive. Oh, but you're really nice.
You're really
That's
nice.
what you just hit me with just now.
You're really nice.
Your skin glows.
Especially when you put this Fenty Beauty on. Okay?
My goodness.
I think your color might be a 495
I'm
for
sick
very
of- I'm
deep
sick
skin
of-
with cool undertones, maybe.
I'm sick. You have way too much knowledge.
That's
about
mine.
That's what I told you. All right. Well, that is your rumor report. Who are you giving that donkey to, man?
Himself.
Oh, man. A young woman named Patricia Vitale needs to come to the front of the congregation. She owns a preschool in Florida, and you won't believe what they did for Black History Month. Or maybe you will believe it.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Crown Royal. Thank you, Crown, for showing us all great things that came from Canada, like hockey, basketball, lacrosse, and even the way we play football. Nothing's as American as Canadian stuff we love. I'll cheers to that. Please drink responsibly.
Make sure you tell them to watch out for Florida, man.
The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. Yes, you are a donkey.
A Florida man attacked an ATM for a very strange reason. It gave him too much money. Florida man is arrested after deputies say he rigged the door to his home in an attempt to electrocute his pregnant wife. Police arrested an Orlando man for attacking a flamingo.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Donkey of the day with Charlamagne the God. I don't know why y'all keep letting him get y'all like this.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Thursday, February 16th goes to Patricia Vitale, the owner and director of a preschool called Studio Kids Little River, which is a children's daycare in Miami. Now, what does your Uncle Charla always say about the great state of Florida? Say it with me, kids. The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. Okay, and yesterday I forgot to say that about Key West when I gave the Key West business owner named Lloyd Preston Brewer III the biggest hee-haw for killing the young man, Garrett Hughes, rest in peace to him, for peeing on his building. When I went to Key West a couple weeks ago, the people I was with were proudly saying how they aren't like the rest of Florida and they consider themselves disconnected from Florida. And I must have believed them. Okay, but no, all of Florida is going to Florida. But back to this Florida matter at hand. Studio Kids Little River, a children's daycare that is yet another institution that is starting to make me feel like, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't teach race in schools. Before I explain that thought, maybe I should tell you what they decided to do for Black History Month. Let's go to NBC 10 Miami for the report, please.
It was the exhale for me. For her, it was the audacity.
Anger, disbelief, just in 2023, is this this can't be real.
Courtney Politis says she's never had a problem with Studio Kids at Little River. That was until a few days ago.
One of my closest friends contacts me, whose son's in the class, and it's like, you won't believe what they just did today.
We're told these photos were shared on the preschool's messaging app, captioned Black History Month. We understand these kids are as young as 2 in this class, dressed up like a construction worker, a police officer, a little doctor in the background. All of them in blackface.
I immediately text the owner with the pictures, and I'm like, this is racist.
Humans are
and
crazy.
She proceeds to respond back with, I'm sorry, ? I don't understand. What's racist?
Mom says the photos were shared on Friday, February 3rd. She met with the preschool's director the following Monday.
180 change. Super apologetic. And from what I understand, she even told us over 40, 50 families contacted her over the weekend.
What if she said at least one of them was a doctor? Shut up.
Wow.
The preschool put some kids in blackface and then a teacher posted the photos on the school's messaging app. At this point, ignorance is not an excuse for blackface. Okay, the N-word and blackface, those are just two things that the refs are going to call every time, okay? Actually, the tinfoil, Mitchell and Ness snapback wearing conspiracy theorist in me feels like this has to be some type of social experiment. There is no way in 2023 that people don't know blackface is offensive, okay? If you can avoid stories like this in commentary around blackface, then guess what? We need you on as much jury duty as possible, okay? Especially when it comes to high profile cases, because you are able to ignore the media in ways that I've never seen, because it's impossible to miss the fact that blackface is offensive. Even if you don't know why it's offensive, you know it's offensive. Okay, one of the parents named Courtney Politis, who has a 1-year-old that attends this preschool, you heard what they said in the news report. She called to say the incident was racist, and she was asked to explain what was considered racist about blackface. This is why I can lean to not wanting race-related issues not being taught in schools, okay? Let the kids come to school and just learn about universal themes, all right? Teach them math, their ABCs. Leave all race-related stuff to their parents or legal guardians, because it's bad enough that you put the kids in blackface. But if you're asking me to explain why it's racist, then you clearly don't even know why you're doing it. And that's the better question. The question that needs to be asked isn't to a parent about why it's racist. The question should be, why did y'all choose to do it? Is there a lesson behind it? Are you teaching the origins of blackface, huh? Are you letting kids know that blackface dates back to the minstrel shows of the mid-19th century, that white performers darkened their skin and wore raggy-ass clothes and did things to their face to look stereotypically black, huh? Huh? Are you telling the kids what a minstrel show is, huh? Well, it's a show that mimicked enslaved Africans who worked on plantations and depicted black people as lazy, ignorant, cowardly, and hypersexual. All to make white people chuckle. All right, black people's trauma, white people's entertainment. That's the Black History Month lesson for your ass. Then you can tie it into how powerful the media and imagery is, because minstrel shows were usually the only depiction of black life that white audiences saw. So if you presented enslaved Africans as jokes, it desensitized white folks to the horrors of slavery, and it also promoted demeaning stereotypes of black people that help confirm white people's notions of superiority. If y'all not teaching those kinds of lessons about blackface, what's the point? But guess what? I don't want my preschooler learning that kind of stuff. That's too much for them. Okay? ABCs, 1, 2, 3s, mom, dad, bingo, bluey. Okay, that's what I want my preschooler getting from y'all. Leave all the race stuff to me and my house, okay? I know Ron DeSantis banned all the African-American AP classes, but you can ban the pre-K ones too, damn it. All right, now the owner of the preschool, Patricia Vitale, released a statement saying, we wanted to let all the parents know that we met on Friday afternoon with all the teachers and staff. We went over several ethical and multicultural education points. I will teach the team a class covering all the necessary topics regarding U.S. history and multicultural education. Patricia, if you have to teach your team about U.S. history and multicultural education, it's all the more reason your team shouldn't have had the students doing something that requires knowledge in U.S. history and multicultural education. But why am I sitting here trying to make sense of the senseless, or in this case, trying to make sense of the Florida? Please give Patricia Vitale and everybody at Studio Kids Little River the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
I don't know what to tell you.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day. Mm-hmm. Now, when we come back, I wanted you to read that email, but don't even read that email.
I got time, Ray? The donkey of the day is over. I want to read this email because we were just having a conversation about envy's pettiness. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I'm the type of person, I build with everybody. Anybody I've ever encountered, you know, if you I've been in proximity to me, I'm going to build some type of connection with you in some way, shape, or form.
Me too.
You just don't know who people are going to turn out to be. And I just had one of our old interns email us, and I'm not going to say his name, okay? But he said, "Good morning, King. Hope this isn't inappropriate, but I couldn't help but comment on envy's pettiness. He said if he's slighted, he will act funny. However, I was your intern for the Breakfast Club a few years back. You probably don't remember me. However, I do remember the first time I met you guys and Jamie, and they always say, don't meet your heroes, LOL. I never forgot this moment, and it was morally devastating. To this day, even as a current iHeart employee, I still can't figure out why he did that. Maybe you can ask him. I hope you're listening, King, because I'm asking him for you right now live on the radio. Why did you do that to this man?"
First of all, I did not say he had a pretty mouth.
Somebody, who said that?
You said that.
It was in the story.
It was not in the story.
That wasn't in the email?
You just said that.
Can I just say I feel like he's my tribe because I felt like I was almost looked at like a liar for saying how Envy treated me the first time I met him. And now that I know there's other victims out there like myself that feel the wrath of DJ Envy.
Wow. Why did you do that to that young man?
Does he have a picture?
I showed y'all the picture.
Wow, I just opened up
Claudia.
and you just shouted on my vulnerable moment.
Claudia, can you look at the picture? What does how does the gentleman look to you?
Oh, hold on.
We're not going to show it, right?
No.
Okay.
Hold on. You saw it already. What did you...
Blow it up.
Can I say what I said earlier?
Yes.
He has a gay mouth.
Okay.
I wasn't talking about that part. I was talking about the part where you said it.
Oh, do I have to dump that again?
That's not the part I wanted you to repeat, Claudia. That wasn't the part.
That was the part when you said it does look like he just came home.
You said a couple of things about him, but I didn't know.
That's what I thought you was going. Like when I was like, look at the picture, he was like, oh, he does look like he just came home. That's where I was hoping you was going to go.
Did I do bad?
No, that was great. So listen, we have Queen Afua coming up, right? But this is what I want to do. We're gonna be.
What is a gay mouth?
We're gonna ask. Listen, I think you know.
There's a gay mouth and a gay eye.
That's how you got rich. Listen, we're gonna have Queen Afua. coming here.
Me and Charlamagne. Yeah, we'll explain later. It's the Breakfast Club.
No, but listen. I want people to call up if you've ever been slighted by DJ Envy. Because Queen Afua is going to be playing.
Correct.
I want to record some calls behind the scenes. Have you ever been slighted by DJ Envy in any way, shape, or form? Have you ever felt like this intern? Have you ever felt like Claudia Jordan? You might be entitled to compensation. Call us right now. 1-800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
The women are the primary healers of the home.
Always been, though.
Right? And when we can reestablish that and strengthen it, then our families are, women will automatically take care of their mates when they know how to heal. Then they have dominion over the home, and the home is more in harmony. And so I go from room to room to room. So I'm teaching, I'm so excited because I'm doing a supernatural detox. And I called up my friends, and we're doing, it's for the spring. It's a spring equinox detox. So Dr. Bernard Sheridan, who's from Grace Family Practice, has been with me for the last 10 years. We've been shoulder to shoulder with Michael Beckwith from Agape. Is going to be there. Angela Ride.
Hey, my sister, my good sister. Mm-hmm.
You know, the political activist, Lord Jamal, a legend, hip hop legend. Erykah Badu,
hey,
my spiritual daughter. She's going to. Oh yes, you know, it's about a green movement and green healing. Also, Erica Ford. Mm-hmm. She's going to be standing, front center. Peace as a lifestyle. And Supernova Slum, hip hop medicine man. Lloyd Strayhorn, Numbers in You, master numerologist. Koya Webb, a yoga master, Queen Esther, dealing with the moon cycle for healing the women, and vegan chefs. We have Sandra Lee and Chef Amira and Dr. Aris Latam. He's the master of live foods and been for over 40 years, and he's in Barbados. So when we have our virtual, we'll be in Barbados with him.
Oh, nice.
Right? And when we have Light of the Moon with Queen Esther, we'll be in Ghana with her. Mm-hmm. So we'll be traveling from city to city virtually. I'm going to physically be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm opening up a healing center in Atlanta, Georgia. Wow. It's going to be a fasting and retreat center where one can come and be with me, and I can just hold their hand and walk them through to show them how to do what I know and what I've been doing for 50 years. And each one of us has something special. Mm-hmm. See, it's not one healer. It's not one herbalist. It's not one Reiki practitioner. It's all of us that have to come together. And so this is the beginning of something great. And I myself, I'm coming from, and I started to study. Someone wrote a thesis on me for a PhD. And one of the things she said that self-help started in the 60s. That's when I started. And that was the birth of that movement. And I needed that. And what I was forming circles to empower the women who were not taken care of well. In 2000, when the book Sacred Women came out, there were 45% of black women had fibroid tumors. So life should get better because we're growing. But now in this 2023, 90% of black women have fibroid tumors. Now, fibroid tumors, if not addressed, it can lead to hysterectomies. And as women are getting hysterectomies younger and younger, some women are getting hysterectomies in their 20s and in their 30s. So this is a pandemic. We're coming out of a pandemic, and we're going back into a pandemic that has not been looked at nor addressed. So that's when I come in. That's where I come in to teach the women how to establish womb wellness, womb care love, so that we can be independently well. And the whole energy of going home is the power. Even when the pandemic hit, they told everyone, listen, if you just have a low-grade fever, go home. So people went home. They started pulling out stuff out of their homes, ginger and elderberry and getting sunlight and more plant-based living. And people had to start really living and learning how to heal thyself, which is my beginning. I mean, because I was so sick, and that's how come I can feel everyone. I had the allergies and the asthma and the arthritis and the chronic bedridden PMS and the headaches and all that. And I don't regret it because of that, I'm so convicted. Nothing can stop me from this healing. I do healing 7 days a week. From the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, I'm on a mission. Mm-hmm. And I'm on a mission to help as many black women learn how to heal thyself so that they can be empowered. So when the women cry on me, it gives me more energy and fuel. Sacred Woman is a paradigm shift. And the beauty of it also is that the women are coming from all spiritual houses. There are Muslim sacred women, there's Christian sacred women, there's Buddhist sacred women, there's Yoruba sacred women, there's Kemetic sacred women, Hebrew Israelite. They all come together on common ground. And that common ground is to heal themselves. And I love the quote that Marcus Garvey gave. My father's a Garveyite. He said, "Up, you mighty people, you can accomplish what you will. And I am willing us into wellness. And I'm going to live a long time because I have a lot of work to do.
Absolutely. Do we have a date for that? The supernatural?
Oh, yes. This supernatural. Thank you. Oh, my gosh. This detox is March the 30th. So if those who want to register early can join and get 10% off. And everything is inside of this. It's March the 30th until the 27th. We're going to have a graduation. I hope you can come by virtually and just congratulate everyone. And this does not negate the medical field, because doctors are working with me and supporting me shoulder to shoulder. And we're incorporating. Actually, in Indianapolis, I'm going to be there for Juneteenth, and I'm going to sit with a board of 7 physicians to begin to incorporate more holistic practices in the hospital, which was my vision.
All right, we have more with Miss Queen Afua. When we come back, don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with our guest host, Miss Claudia Jordan, and we're still talking to Queen Afua. Charlamagne?
I want to ask you about holistic ways to bring down your cholesterol. And I'm glad you mentioned blood pressure, and I'm glad you even keep talking about, heart disease, because those are big killers in our community that I don't even think people are aware of. So what are some holistic ways to bring down cholesterol?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, particularly for our men. Our men are dying primarily from heart attack. And you know what it is? Because men don't express themselves outwardly. They got to be man up. Don't you have a problem, deal with it. With women, we go in the room and we cry and we talk about it and we share and we, swap what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. So that hurt and that rage or that sadness or disappointment, it doesn't just fester in the heart. Because healing is not just physical. Healing is physical, spiritual, mental, emotional, financial. Everything is in that heart. So the heart attacks and the strokes, it's a backup of all the relationships that didn't work, all the disappointments, all those who promised it didn't happen. The heart becomes broken and wounded, but not just physically, emotionally first. I remember Dr. Africa said that. May he rest in peace, Most High. Dr. Africa and Dr. Sabi, our ancestors, I have to open up with that as well. That he said healing doesn't start physically. Before it gets physical, it starts emotional. So that means if you start really tracking back your life and unraveling, you'll say, wow, so it was happened in 1998 when I was disappointed. And then what happened in 2000 when I broke up with somebody and we never resolved the issue. And then it builds up until the heart can't take it anymore. So there's plaque. So we have to clear the arteries to the heart. And there's some simple ways to do it. One of the primary ways I love is inversion therapy. Inversion therapy is an ancient African Nile Valley pose for bringing the soul back to life. But it's not just bringing the soul back to life, it brings your mind back to your heart, your nerves. It's simple. Everyone can do it. And they can do it right now listening. Lay in your bed flat. Put 3 pillows at the foot of the bed, one on top of the next, on top of the next. So then rest your legs over those pillows. That means the blood is going to come down through the legs and down into the reproductive organs and into the heart. It's going to begin to dilate. So what we use as a stent, maybe you could prevent having that stent if you started to invert. And if you had a stent, so you don't get a second and third stent in your heart to open and pry it open, if you inverted, the blood would come down and begin to break it up. But then most people are dehydrated. We're not drinking enough water. When I read people, I do energy readings, and I say, okay, I can see you're not drinking enough water. So 16 ounces of water in the morning, midday, afternoon, sunset. But then what can you add to the water to help break up the plaque more? You can add 2 limes. You can add 2 tablespoons of cider vinegar. You can have warm water. Just simple things. You can have rose clover tea. You can just to flush and open up. You can also, to open the heart, is to take a healing bath. I know men, they just quick shower done. But more men are taking better care of themselves. They're going to the bathhouse. They're going to the spas. They're sweating it out, And that is going to help to soften that plaque, because plaque is hardening around the arteries. When the blood has to go through, it can't get through. Boom, that's a heart attack. The blood can't get to the brain. Boom, that's a stroke. So if we can keep our stream of life, the arteries are the stream of life. If you can keep your stream of life flowing through your breath work, through your meditation, through your surrounding yourself in the bath, is the quickest way to clear that out. So between the inversion therapy, allowing the blood to flow, taking a healing bath, allowing the emotions to balance, water is an emotional stabilizer. So when you immerse yourself in water and it's circling you and it's warm, it dilates, it's opening. That's why spring cleaning is so important, because as we're coming to warm weather, the warmer the weather, the quicker the healing.
Really?
Yeah, so you don't want to miss out on your detox for your spring cleaning. Spring cleanings, we don't just clean and change the curtains and the bedspread. We have to change our lives. You know, what happened when the holidays came and you were missing a family member who made their transition? And I went on my IG yesterday, we had over 100, 200 people. And why were they on? Because they were feeling alone. I said, you know what this is really about?
Oh, because Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day hurt people. It made them feel like they weren't loved, they were not cared for, they got more depressed. And I said, this is a wonderful time to actually love on you, to take time for you, to actually rededicate yourself to a new kind of love. A love that will be appreciated. Because sometimes we have people who say they love us, but they harm us. They don't mean to harm us, but they've been harmed. You know, hurt people. So with that, then let's have I call yesterday a reset, a redial, a realignment. Because if you can master and raise the frequency of your own self-love and self-care, then you will attract a mate, a relationship that will reflect that same energy of love. And that's the heart. The heart, according to our ancient African ancestors, a whole nation was based on the heart. And the heart is the scale. And on one side of the scale is the heart, and the other is the feather. We have to become as light as a feather. How in the world will you become light as a feather with racism and social injustice and gentrification and hysterectomies unnecessarily? So how does this happen? Well, I feel that in my inner reflection, I say, Impeccable Listening is a book that I wrote, Grassroots for the Fullest. But just to say that everything that has happened started from inside. So if I can go inside to heal myself, then I can change my life. Whatever question that you have in your soul, there is an answer right now. You just have to be willing to hear it. Because that question, when you get the answer, it may say you might have to change. You might have to change your location. You might have to change that relationship. You may have to let go of some of those foods, some of those attitudes. There's going to be a shift. Are you ready for the truth?
Man, that's so amazing you say that, because I feel that way. But what happens is you'll get that answer from that higher power, but you don't want to hear it.
See, there it goes.
So you don't listen to it.
You don't want to hear it. But then you have to come back to it anyway.
That's right.
You're going to keep repeating the same experience over and over again until you can say, okay, what is it that I need to shift? How quickly do I need to shift? And then make that adjustment. I think that's the power of maturing. In the beginning, you don't want to listen to anybody, but I'm just going to do it. And then you find yourself in a suicide mission. But if you can actually practice, it's a skill, it's a spiritual skill. But you have to have a good relationship with yourself.
I wanted to ask you a question, because you're in Atlanta now, you said?
Well, I'm in Atlanta, but I'm also in Brooklyn. I'm also I'm in LA. But I'm on my way to set up, this wellness center in Atlanta.
It's not open yet. She's about to open it.
And you don't have to talk about this if
March
you want
the 30th.
But I know that they were giving you problems in Brooklyn with your housing
but see, that's
point,
why
right?
the house thing, the whole...
Yeah. Let's put them on blast if we need to.
I will say this: gentrification is real, it's heavy, and we all know that. And they're building on our bodies, on our graves, and they're building on our house. 20,000 families have been displaced in the Crown Heights district, brownstones. They've been through, deed theft. They have various methods of coming in and taking over your property. And this house has been in our family for 70 years, our home. That home is where Dead Prez, Common, Erykah Badu, Ben Vereen, many of the greats have come to that house, because that was a house that my father, as a Garveyite, allowed me to come and do my work. It's 4-story brownstone. And 2 of those floors was for the healing and the fasting and the classes and the food preparation. Everything was from that house. So that house needs to be saved. Although we've been in court for 7 years, it's been a battle. So I'm halfway in the court fighting, and I'm over here with my people. So someone should just say, go ahead, Queen, take the house. Because what you going to do with that house? You're going to make it a house of more wellness. It will become, that house that people continue to come to and to be able to heal.
Are they trying to buy it from you, or are they just trying to push you out?
Well, all of that. It was deed theft. It was a deed theft situation. So.
And that's happened a lot in Brooklyn. A lot of families own it, And it's like my grandfather had a brownstone in Brooklyn. It's 4 stories. But the way they bought that house back then is in so many people's names. So it can never transfer over to the right people, and they know that. So they sit on it and wait for it to have like a outstanding tax bill or outstanding water bill, and then they try to buy it for a low price and then sell it for millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do to help? Or?
Yeah, shine more light on it.
I was going to say, if you need anything, please let us know, because whatever we can do to reach our hands out and extend a bigger light, we will definitely.
Absolutely.
Listen, I don't have time to cry today, so don't try it, okay?
Well, I want to close out. I don't know if you have any more. I just want to close out with a prayer. This feels so good. If you don't mind.
This is a prayerful affirmation. It's come out of Heal Thyself book. If you can call and respond with me, the power to heal. I'm going to call you. Respond. The power to heal. The power to heal.
The power to heal.
The power to heal
is within me.
Is within me.
And I have the mighty power.
And I have the mighty power
to heal myself.
To heal myself.
For I am a healer.
For I am a healer.
And I'm healing myself.
And I'm healing myself.
And all my relations.
And all my relations.
For all my relations.
And all my relations.
Or my reflection.
Or my reflection.
Therefore. As I heal myself.
As I heal myself.
I heal all my relations.
I heal all my relations.
And so it is.
And so it is.
So it is.
I say. Hey,
thank you so much.
Always
appreciate you.
Thank you.
And you can go to the website again,
queenafua.com.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Oh my gosh, thank you for supporting this work. I'm so moved.
Anytime, Queen.
And it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Thank you so much.
Wow.
The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest host, Claudia Jordan, joining us. Now we got rumors on the way. What are we talking about?
What celebrity you think fired over 100 assistants?
Rumor has it.
Call out a name, or you gossiping, or you chatty patty.
I'm gossiping.
This is the Rumor Report.
I mean, I guess we on the Breakfast Club. This is where the tea spills, right?
Yes, on the Breakfast Club.
Who's that?
All right, we're going to get into that later, but first, Tom Brady. I'm a big Tom Brady fan. New England Patriots all
That's
day
right, you're
long.
from Rhode Island, so you're from that area.
I am. I'm still hurt that he left us. And not as hurt as Giselle, though, because she left him because of, his dedication to football. So anyways, it seems like he might want to get that old thing back. They've been divorced, and we know that they got divorced because of his dedication to football. Well, after retiring last spring, the two seemed to be fine, but then Tom went back and reneged and went back to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, had a terrible season. Well, Giselle was unhappy with that, and that led to their divorce. Well, now he's officially retired from the NFL and trying to get that old thing back, they said. He said he wants to take a whole year off before starting his new broadcasting career. He wants to start in 2024 to have some downtime to show her that he's really dedicated. This is what a source says.
Okay.
The biggest obstacle between them was Giselle's complaints about Tom putting football before family. So he decided to show her he's willing to focus on them before taking the job at Fox. His only goal right now is to get his family back. Do y'all believe that?
I mean, everything happens in God's divine timing. But boy, you 2 years too late, Tom. You could have did that right after the Super Bowl.
To win that and then have a trash season after that, it's like. Ugh.
I mean, the season before that wasn't the best either.
Yeah.
I mean, they made the playoffs. I think they lost in the first round. The first game of the playoffs.
Yeah, they lost the first round.
Not last year against the Cowboys, but not this year against the Cowboys. But the year before that, they lost too, right? Maybe they won their first game. I don't remember.
Should have never left the Patriots. Should have never left us.
Why?
He got a ring with Tampa Bay.
I don't care. I'm still hurt. The theme today has been hurt. Hurt from envy, hurt from Tom Brady.
All the white people hurting you this morning, Claudia.
I'm
not right.
I respect it, though. I respect the fact that, he's putting
his family first. Yeah, as he should.
And I hope it works out for him. I hope he gets his wife back. I hope he gets his family back together. And then, go get that money from Fox.
She's already messing with that trainer, though.
That's even better. Yeah. She got it out of her system.
Okay. A little side D.
That's it. She got it out of her system.
All right. Damar Hamlin apologizes for wearing a blasphemous jacket at Super Bowl. The 24-year-old posted an apology after he received a lot of backlash for the jacket he was seen wearing.
Oh, God.
He wore a Letterman jacket that said Eternal on the back, along with a depiction of Jesus Christ. Now, the jacket supposedly cost $3,100, and people were offended. Everybody's offended about everything. By the way, Jesus was portrayed on the left breast and the back of the jacket. Now, Adrian Peterson called him out, called it blasphemy. He's a devout Christian, and he took to social media to blast Hamlin and said, "You should be thanking God, son. This is blasphemy. We all fall short, but come on, man. I find this disrespectful. #grateful. #God God. Now, he later edited his post and spoke to DeMar and cleared the air. And also, DeMar did apologize.
It was abstract art. If you ever remember the chains Kanye used to wear back in the day, or some of your favorite celebrities wear, it's Jesus' face or God's face, and it's like abstract, and the mouth is this way and the hair is this way. It was abstract.
Isn't that paying homage to God by wearing them on your jacket? Like, aren't you showing that, yo, this is my Lord and Savior?
People felt the abstract art didn't look right. It didn't look like what your typical picture should look like.
The pictures of Jesus they show us all the time. The white Jesus with blue eyes and the hair. He ain't white.
The picking and choosing
Jesus
is fake outrage.
Yes.
Well, why are you
Like,
yelling?
totally made him a whole different color. Eyes and hair texture wrong.
Right.
But you wear an abstract jacket.
Exactly.
You're the devil.
Makes no sense.
Hey, you don't have to be offended about everything, and you don't have to apologize about everything either.
And he was forced to apologize about this because of the pressure. I think this guy just like got through a whole bunch of tragedy, and they're like on him about a jacket.
I heard Muslims and Jewish people are upset at DeMar Hamlin because he has pork in his last name. Any truth to that?
Hamlin.
Any truth to that?
But don't laugh.
No truth.
You're going to start something.
What?
They weren't offended, and now they will be offended because you suggested it.
They want him to have a more kosher last name. What do you want to say?
What should the last name be?
I don't know.
And I couldn't say what I said earlier.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, don't you go back down that road.
Ma'am, please, no.
Miss, please don't go back down that road.
Have you guys ever fired a personal assistant?
Yes.
How many?
2.
You fired 2?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Me 1.
1?
Uh-huh.
That's not bad.
But mine wasn't because the person wasn't working. It was because I do most of my work in Jersey, and they live in New York City, and they couldn't get to the office and, how I needed them. So,
well, this R&B singer has said she's fired over 100 assistants.
That's crazy.
We have some audio.
How many personal assistants have you had?
I probably had over 100.
What did the last person do to get fired?
Didn't know how to hang a TV and wanted $2,000 a week. I said I'd do a $1,600 a week. I mean, one day I said, can you make reservations at 5:00 for 4 people? She come in and said, I made reservations at 4:00. Then the other girl, we interview her. We just take her out to eat at Atlanta Fish Market. She talking. I'm like, she's great, right? I like her. I'm looking at everybody. She said, on holidays, we do drugs. We do cocaine. I said, she said, on holidays, we do cocaine. I'm sitting at a table of sisters, and the whole table said,
That was
K.
Michelle.
Yeah.
She also shared that there's still ripped paint on her wall from her former assistant's attempt to hang the TV.
I ain't never asked my assistant to do nothing like that. Hang a TV.
Hang a TV.
Another assistant, she said, a potential candidate, said her future goal was to be sexy, and followed up by showing K. Michelle pornographic Instagram content on her page.
Nah, that's wild.
She said she needs 2 assistants because she needs things done.
No, 100 assistants is wild. 100 assistants, it might be you. 100?
Where do you...
100 is wild.
But should your assistant be able to hang a TV?
No.
At what point...
I don't think so.
At what number do you think, okay, it may be me? Because you guys said 2. Is it like, what's the number?
10?
100 is a lot. Like,
5?
I can't even get,
When you got to like 67, you're like, damn, it's them?
60, 70 is a lot.
I can't hang a TV.
You can't?
No.
Oh, God.
What nationality are you?
That's a great question.
Are you Mexican?
Oh, my goodness.
Dominican, actually.
Oh, Dominican.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, y'all don't like each other.
Yo.
Great question. I've been asking the same thing.
We better leave.
People think I be hating,
but we better leave Claudia alone. Claudia has to take she has to take the training. She has to take the sensitivity.
He's not even Afro-Latino. He's one of them white Dominicans.
I'm black.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
That was your rumor report.
Are you Republican?
Yes, exactly.
Are you a Ron DeSantis fan?
There you go.
All right. When we come back, we got the
now
People's Choice Mix. 800-585-1051. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're MAGA?
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Your company has goals this year. Find the right people to help you achieve them with ZipRecruiter, where 4 out of 5 employers get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast. That's ZipRecruiter.com/breakfast.
I got a career that takes my time away. Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Our co-host Claudia Jordan is here.
See murder.
Hey.
Now, Black History Month. What we doing today?
Hey man, every day the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio, we put out a podcast called I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either, hosted by my guy B. Dot. And today B. Dot is going to talk to you about the late great Marvin Gaye. Let's listen.
I didn't know, maybe you didn't. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know.
Oh no.
Now, of course, we all familiar with Mr. Sexual Healing, a.k.a. Mr. Let's Get It On, a.k.a. Marvin Gaye. But I had no clue how he was murdered. April 1st, 1984. Now, the story goes, days leading up to April 1st, Marvin Sr. and Marvin Jr.'s mama, they had been arguing about a misplaced insurance policy document. Now, it is documented by Marvin Jr. that when he was growing up, Marvin Sr. used to beat him. Bad, vicious beatings. Joe Jackson vibes. Months prior to Marvin Gaye being killed, his family had reported that he had been depressed and suicidal, said he even tried to jump out of a moving car. At one point, Marvin Gaye was just OD paranoid. So Christmas of '83, he gave his pops a pistol, to protect him from potential robbers, murderers, never knowing that same pistol would turn his father into his murderer. So again, April 1st, 1984, Marvin Sr. and his wife are arguing. Marvin Jr. comes out like, hey, stop talking to mama like that. They get to arguing back and forth. Marvin Jr. says, listen, ain't nothing between us but space and opportunity, my boy. Pull up if you want smoke. Marvin Gaye don't duck no smoke. You heard the song, What's Going On? What's going on? This ain't really verbatim, but this how I interpret it. This is more not verbatim. So boom, Marvin Sr. come up to the room. They say Marvin Gaye just got his robe on. He tell Pop, bust a move. Pop ain't no chump. Pop bust a move. They get to scrapping. So Marvin Jr. hop on Marvin Sr. ass real vicious like. Kicking him, OD aggressive. Again, hashtag not verbatim. I'm just telling you stuff that Mom said during her testimony. Marvin Sr. got up off that floor, looked at Marvin Jr. and said, all right, I got something for you. Went down the hall, grabbed the pistol, came back. He didn't even say nothing, just pointed the gun at Marvin Jr. and shot him in the chest. The bullet hit his right lung, heart, diaphragm, liver, stomach, and left kidney. Now that shot was fatal, but it wasn't good enough for Marvin Sr. He moved closer and shot him again. House goes crazy, mayhem everywhere. Marvin Gaye Sr. just shot Marvin Gaye Jr. in the chest, twice. Marvin Gaye Jr. was pronounced dead at the hospital the day before his 45th birthday with the 4.5 that he had gave his dad to protect him with. Now Marvin Gaye Sr. go to court in November and say, hey, I killed my son in self-defense. I ain't even know if the gun was loaded or not. Skeptics say, well, after the first shot, you walked over to him and shot him again. Did you know it was loaded then? Long story short, Marvin Sr. pled no contest to a voluntary manslaughter charge, got 6 years suspended sentence, 5 years probation, never saw a day in jail for killing his son, Marvin Gaye Jr. I didn't know. Maybe you didn't either.
Man, rest in peace to Marvin Gaye, man. I can't wait to see that biopic. I know Dr. Dre was attached to it. I hope it's still happening. I haven't heard anything about it recently, but I hope it still happens.
Absolutely. All right.
And make sure you subscribe to the I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network, available everywhere you listen to podcasts. Now, when we come back, I solicited some calls earlier, and I wanted to know, has anybody out there ever been slighted by DJ Envy? Claudia Jordan has been slighted by Envy. We had an intern email and say how, they were slighted by Envy. So we just wanted to take some calls and wanted to see if anybody else out there in these streets has been slighted by Envy, because Envy gets around. And yes, we got quite a few calls. We'll play some when we come back.
I'm not petty at all. People are lying. I don't know why people lie.
Nobody's making this up. It's the Breakfast Club.
DJ Envy, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got our co-host, Miss Claudia Jordan, with us.
Yes, Claudia has joined us for the last few days. Today is her last day for now. You know what I mean? But I'm sure she'll be back.
I had a great time. Do I need sensitivity training before I come
Yes,
back?
you definitely do. Yes, you do.
Why? But why, though?
Because I can't tell you the things that you can't say. We hit the dump button twice today.
I love it.
You love it?
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, you sit over there laughing because you know it's...
You like that segue?
That was a good segue.
At Claudia Jordan, I'll be showing the feet in the full process of my foot surgery.
Make sure you go to Claudia Jordan's OnlyFans page. It's Claudia Jordan. We were giving out the right one yesterday, but it wasn't up.
Right.
Then I tried to create a new one, Claudia's New Toes.
Yes.
Couldn't make it work, so I just went back to my old OnlyFans. I'll upload the foot footage.
Claudia Jordan. Go to her OnlyFans. Subscribe, okay? And, speaking of sensitivity, Claudia has been sensitive towards the way Envy treated her 12 years ago. So have a lot of other people. We had interns emailing, telling us that they too have been slighted by Envy. And so I decided, let's open up the phone lines and talk to some people. Talk to some people who've also been slighted by Envy. Let's go to some calls. Hello?
Hi, good morning. This is Mike from Springfield Gardens.
Mike from Springfield Valley. Have you ever been slighted by DJ Envy, sir?
Yeah, I remember back in the day, man, before they were married, DJ Envy's lady used to live on my block in Springfield Gardens. And I was driving by, I saw him outside. I went to say what's up. We made eye contact. He looked at me, looked at my shoes, and kept it moving. I was like, okay.
Do you remember what kind of shoes you had on, sir?
I probably had on some Nike, but I'm going to play ball. I'm a ball player.
So because you were in your basketball attire, probably a little dressed down, he looked down on you.
Right.
Do you realize,
man, he made me feel like I was beneath him, man.
Do you realize you've been holding on to this pain for 20 plus years?
Yeah, I just had to let him know, man. I was a big fan of his mixtapes, man.
Wow.
It was actually Skechers he was wearing. I remember that clearly.
You remember
he was
that?
wearing Skechers.
Is that why you looked at him like that?
Yeah, because I didn't know a grown man who wore Skechers to play basketball.
That's why you were so disgusted at that Snoop Dogg commercial from the Super Bowl, the Skechers commercial.
What did Skechers do to you?
What did Skechers
Show us on the dial, Envy, what Skechers touch you. What happened? What did Skechers do to you?
Nothing at all.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, it's your boy DJ Easy. What's going on, the guard?
Oh my God, Peace King, you a fellow DJ. I know DJ Envy slighted you. Tell your story.
Oh, let me tell you, man. Listen, this was when Perfections was open back in 2014. I was walking in for my set. DJ Envy just got off. He killed it. I reached out to give him a pound, and he looked at me like I was crazy, like I had doodle on my hands. And I'm like, damn, I'm a fellow DJ looking up to you, and I can't even get no love back, kid.
Yo,
I hurt my feelings.
Surviving DJ Envy is crazy. This is insane.
Coming to
Whoa.
this fall on A&E. Like, we need this documentary.
I think that's false.
Whoa.
I think that's false.
Hey, Charlamagne, have you noticed during these calls, these revelations, his body language?
Yes.
His jaw is mad tight. He's rocking back and forth. And it looks very can't be wrong. Like let's confront the problem head on.
Yes. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Naya from beautiful Beaufort, South Carolina.
We out here. Beaufort, what's happening?
Yes.
Have you ever been
I just want to say, first of all, before I start, I'm a little biased. Charlamagne is my favorite because he is from South Carolina, but I'm about to put him on Front Street real quick.
Ooh.
Now, although I do agree with Charlamagne when it comes to Envy, Envy does put off that cocky ass type vibe, and he does come off a little snitchy. He does.
Little snitchy.
But
little snitchy.
So what I do want to say is, Charlamagne, you so wrong for putting him out all the time. I mean, you always put him on blast in front of the whole nation. And sometimes I feel like that's not right. You know what I mean? I feel like Envy should be able to have his piece at the job. What's up with that?
Thank you, Mom. I appreciate you.
Why do I need to be his piece? That's Gia's job.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You really need to apologize to these people, maybe, in a real way.
I apologize to everybody that's been affected by the ways that they feel like I treated them. But I treat everybody great.
Envy, that's a terrible, that's one of the worst apologies I've ever heard in my life.
And she's been apologized to a lot.
How you know?
Listen to her story.
Look how uncomfortable you look. Like your whole body language changes. Look at
because everybody's lying on me. You guys are capping. Cap, Mr. Cap, Mrs. Cap. Both of y'all cap. Cap.
You don't even sound believable.
Ray J Cap.
You don't even sound believable.
I know.
Bro.
Well, can you leave us on a positive note, please?
The positive note is simply this. I got this from my good sister Debbie Brown yesterday. Power in the eyes of God is completely different than power in the eyes of man. The sun is powerful because its light keeps us alive. Trees are powerful because their oxygen fills our lungs. To be powerful in the eyes of God is to be of service to all. Remember that.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?